More than 24 hours later, firefighters remain on the scene of that massive blaze at St. Clair and Yonge, finally declared under control early this morning, but flare-ups are expected under the rubble. Good afternoon. The cause of the fire still to be determined. That's up to the fire marshal. And it is going to be a while until investigators can sift through the still smoldering rubble.
Yes, for residents in the neighboring condo building, the question they want answered is, when can they go back home? Our coverage begins with CTV's Janice Golding at the scene. Janice, fire officials have been giving updates through the morning, and they are declaring this fire officially extinguished?
Andrea, firefighters officially got this fire under control just before 6 a.m., so it took nearly 20 hours to finally knock it down. There are still 30 firefighters here on location battling some flare-ups, but as I said, it is by and large knocked down. Of course, Electrical Safety Authority officials as well as Toronto Hydro are on scene trying to restore power to nearby businesses. Jill Spidel looks on as firefighters continue to battle hot spots at the Badminton and Racquet Club of Toronto, a club her family has belonged to for decades.
I was devastated because, like I said, it's our second home, and it really feels, it's a special place for us, special people.
It has been a Herculean battle for fire officials. The fire began just before 9:30 yesterday morning and quickly escalated to a massive 6-alarm blaze, drawing 120 firefighters who fought the flames throughout the night, finally getting the fire under control at 5:45 a.m.
Toronto building right now, inspectors are conducting an assessment of the adjoining structures. We are happy to report right now there is nothing has been noted that would cause concern on any adjacent buildings. Obviously, the building in question has suffered significant damage.
The club was obviously evacuated, so were 6 area buildings along with several nearby businesses.
You guys have saved my business.
You're very welcome.
Quite frankly.
Businesses like Scallywags. Owner Jeff May says he can't thank fire officials enough.
Well, they're heroes. These guys have saved this entire corner. They've saved my business, which means they've saved my family. They've saved. We've got, of all my employees, there's probably about 12 children that depend on their parents working at Scallywags. So.
The ceiling, water came through the ceiling, and basically the drop ceiling it's basically made out of cardboard. So here you can see it's all down on the floor.
2 doors away at Kiva's Bagel Bar, Ben Raphael describes his damage estimated at about $10,000, although he too is grateful the damage is not worse.
The water came through from the second floor and trickled its way down. Upstairs is soaking wet too.
Raphael believes he'll be able to reopen by Friday. Meanwhile, displaced residents continue to wonder when they will be allowed back into their apartments and condos.
I stayed at my parents. I'm not frustrated, it's kind of the lack of information. I'm very grateful, for everything the police and...
Fire officials say evacuation orders could be lifted as early as this afternoon or by tonight. Officials still need to test carbon monoxide levels to make sure residents can be permitted home.
And we are getting an update right now from fire officials. Deputy Chief Jim Jessup.
There were some of your firefighters were fighting the blaze from the balconies yesterday. What's the condition like inside those units when it comes to smoke damage and so on?
Yeah, so very good question. So Toronto Fire will continue a fire watch in plain water from those units for hours to come. We have been very diligent in not disturbing, the occupants' belongings. Quite frankly, I've been in those units. They're extremely clean considering we've had firefighters and hoses in there. So we of course have taken great care to not damage anything. Some minor water. But we will be maintaining our fire streams from those apartment units for the next several hours.
What's the water damage in the condo buildings and the neighboring towers? What's it like in the basement?
We've had some of the buildings, especially some of the hydro vaults, we've had upwards of 12 feet of water. Toronto Fire is working with Toronto other city crews, and we are removing the water as we speak, which will allow Toronto Hydro to do the repairs they need to do in the transformers. So certainly in some of the hydro vaults and some of the underground structures there were significant water damage, but Toronto Fire is working with our crews, and we have lots of pumps working right now.
Are sprinklers mandatory in a structure like that BNR?
No, they're not. That's a structure. The original structure is certainly long before the Ontario Building Code was even enacted. In those portions of the building, sprinklers were not required, and it is way too early to even suggest whether sprinklers would have made or not made a difference during the fire.
You mentioned scaling back the operation. How big is the operation currently, and what do you hope to scale it back to by afternoon this evening?
So, our goal right now is we're very mindful of the traffic, and our goal is if we can reposition our apparatus, maintain our fire watch right now and to still play the water while opening up lanes on Yonge Street. That is what we're trying to do. We really want to thank the public and the commuters for the headaches that this has undoubtedly caused, and we are really being diligent working with Toronto Police and trying to get these lanes reopened.
How many firefighters remain on scene?
We have about 20 to 30 firefighters still on scene. We're washing hot spots, we're pumping water, we're assisting residents with medication and trying our best to get these buildings reoccupied.
Can you speculate about numbers? Like, how, first of all, a number of resources that went into fighting this fire was unbelievable.
Yes.
Could you even give a ballpark on the cost?
Well, certainly, it was a 6-alarm fire. Well over 80 firefighters. We cycled through certainly well over 100 with relieving our crews, for their health and safety. And to put a dollar value on that, quite frankly, I don't know right now. In terms of totality with the building destruction that I have seen, the impact on business and the impact on traffic, we're certainly well north of $1 million, there's no doubt. But to quantify the labor costs of all the the police officers and the firefighters and the water and the building inspectors, I can't do that right now.
Do you see this perimeter getting smaller soon?
Certainly, I would anticipate by supper time the perimeter you're going to see continue to shrink. And again, we are very mindful. The city is very mindful of the impact this is having. And if we can relocate apparatus and continue to do our jobs and open up at least 1 or 2 sides of Yonge Street, then that's what we would be doing.
What about numbers of hydrants? I'm sorry if these sound like stupid questions, but how much water?
A lot of water. We had 7 elevated devices, which I have not seen in 21 years at a fire flowing for over 12 hours. Yeah. If anything that I have seen 12 feet underwater of hydrovaults filling with water, and that is with still hydro being pumping at the same time that we were, playing our streams. Certainly thousands and thousands and thousands of liters of water were deployed at this fire. The damage is absolutely significant. I've had a chance to view the damage now, and quite frankly, it looks like a bomb went off. The damage behind these buildings is astronomical.
The owners of the buildings seem to think that part of it could be salvageable. Do you agree?
I'm not in a position right now. I mean, that will be up to their structural engineers. Yeah. Certainly we are still playing water on some hot spots. Toronto Fire has done an outstanding job in preserving portions of the building that we could. We were very mindful of the importance of the building to this neighborhood and the historical aspect, and our crews did an outstanding job in isolating their activities to the building where the fire was, and while trying to preserve portions where we didn't have to do damage.
Are the aerials all gone now, or how are you getting to those hot spots?
No, so you'll see we still have aerials on Yonge Street, and we still have an elevated device off of St. Clair that is still in use, but certainly compared to yesterday with the 7 aerials in place, we're significantly reducing our volume now.
Did you say 12 feet of water in the hydro vaults? Like,
yes.
Can you explain that?
The underground hydro vault at the rear of the building off of St. Clair, we were back earlier with hydro trying to assist them in draining that so they can start the repairs, but the depth of the hydro vault that was reported to me was in excess of 12 feet. Wow. And certainly it was up to the top.
So displaced residents, you said later today, but is that going to mean later afternoon, early evening?
Again, no way to tell. That will be up to, quite frankly, that's going to be up to their condominium corporation. That is not up to Toronto Fire. The building is almost, from a carbon monoxide level, it is down. As soon as ESA and Toronto Hydro restore power, then that will be up to their condominium division to start cleaning up and allowing their own people back in.
Is this the building you're talking about right here at the corner?
No, 1430 is the tall building right there.
With the balconies?
With the balconies, correct.
And everybody else is back in?
So 45 St. Clair, I'm not sure if hydro has been restored yet, but certainly the gas is being restored to the businesses on St. Clair as we speak, and some of the businesses south of me on Yonge Street have already begun to be reoccupied.
All right, when are you going to come back?
We'll come back at 2 o'clock.
All right, sounds good.
Okay, thank you.
Deputy Fire Chief Jim Jessup there talking live to the media. A couple of things he said. He said he's been inside the BNR and he says it looks like a bomb went off. He said in 21 years working for the fire department, he's never seen anything like this. Well, this story, of course, is continuing. Let's go now to CTV Scott Lightfoot. Scott, there's still major disruptions for people who live and work in the area and pretty tough on local business and residents in the condo next door, as we've just heard.
Absolutely. You can see the condo behind me. Residents relieved to find out this morning that the damage not as great as they thought it might be. The road here on Yonge Street is still closed, and that's made it tough for a number of businesses, even ones who tried to stay open. There is good news today for the people who live in a condo building situated beside yesterday's massive fire.
We've inspected up to the 4th floor, and the thing's not as bad as we thought there was going to be. The fire department's done a fantastic job, and it's not going to be as bad as we thought.
Well, there is still smoke and water damage, but most of it is superficial. Residents could be allowed back inside as early as this evening.
Feeling a lot better. We're all feeling a lot better.
It is, however, another day of closed doors for many businesses in the area.
The firefighters passed all their hoses through our store into the back because of the way the restaurant is situated. It's directly inside, at the center of the building in the back.
Business owners don't know yet how much damage has been done, nor when they'll be able to reopen. There were some businesses that tried to open yesterday, including Eden Flowers. Valentine's Day should have been the busiest day of their year.
And here's the flower.
Owner Tom So shows us a cooler that should be empty, but is still full.
We lost 95% of the business.
So says since people couldn't get to the store, Valentine's was a total write-off, and now he's stuck with extra stock.
Nothing I can do, and so the flour, we try to sell it later. If not, we have to dump it.
It's a big loss for you, though.
Yes, it is.
So police are just now reopening the sidewalk on the east side of the street here. That should help increase pedestrian traffic, but it will still be quite some time before things get back to normal here on Yonge Street. Reporting live, I'm Scott Lightfoot. Andrea, back to you.
Thank you, Scott.